sorry, that's for a Democrat show.
Let me know when you're ready. No matter what the technical difficulty is, this man is a professional. He goes all the way.
What you represent to them is freedom.
Was an extremely great conservative commentator. We're tearing it up on Wednesday night. This is awesome. This will allow me to retort. Well, this is Jersey Joe for the Reaver of Common Sense show. 8 p.m. on shrmedia.com.
Actually, I just totally screwed up. This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show. And welcome to the Reaver of Common Sense. I am your host, Jersey Joe, and I'm trying to make sense out of the senseless. The Jersey Takeovers here, we have expanded to 2 hours every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Do you want a kick-ass t-shirt? Do you want to help support the best conservative radio? Go to Reaver.one and check out the t-shirts. We're not asking you to give money for free. Hell no. We ain't liberals. We're capitalists. Check out the t-shirts. Pick one up. How is everybody doing today? Why am I screaming? I have no idea. Oh, boy. I think it's going to be another one of those days, and the liberals are going to be pissing me off. Oh, at noontime, right up there, noon, we're going to be going over some big news. And it's, again, the Democrats and a liberal judge protecting criminals again. Surprise, surprise, surprise. The Democrats are protecting criminals. But we'll get to that after, well, I guess at top of the hour, noontime, 12 o'clock. 1 hour from now. Well, maybe not exactly 1 hour. Now, on Monday's broadcast of MSNBC Live, NBC reporter Ron Allen stated, Democrats are feeling somewhat desperate. You might even say they are demoralized by the results of the election, and they see a hero in President Obama. Oh, shit, what was that? Oh. This is going to piss me off right now. Don't you hate when you go to type in a Google search and another page pops up real quick? Soon as I said that they see a hero in President Obama, I immediately thought there was a show in the 80s, The Greatest American Hero. And immediately, it popped in my head. Where's Obama when we need him?
Look at what's happened to me. I can't believe it myself. Suddenly I'm up on top of the world. Should have been somebody else. Believe it or not, I'm walking on air. I never thought
I could just see them crying. Where's Obama? We need him to save us. We're falling apart without him. Where is he? We need him. So it was a very stupid show. But you know what? I liked it. I liked it. It was the theme song just made it. So, but back to the actual article. Let's get back to business here. Allen said his supporters, advocates, those who backed President Obama, they really want to hear from him. Democrats are feeling somewhat desperate. You might even say they're demoralized by the results of the election. They see a hero in President Obama, and the question is whether he will play that big role, that big opposition leader role that so many of his supporters want. He's not president anymore. His job's done. Presidents go off into the sunset now. But of course, that doesn't mean that this ex-president's going to do that. Come on. Dang. There we go. There we go. Mixer again, giving me trouble. See, I don't know if you guys can hear that little difference that I got going on. But I can hear it in my headset, and it drives me up a wall. Because I know what it should sound like. I know exactly what it should sound like. But they're clamoring for the past. They're living in the past. And that's not exactly healthy. It's not good. I mean, it's they want this big hero, but he's not. If you look at what he actually did to that party, he damaged it more than anything. They had that one big success with him, and then it was a big flop. He didn't help the party. They've lost more seats under him, I think, than any other president. It's unbelievable. There's an illusion around this man that he's this big hope. And he is not. He was the great big hype. Now you have Josh Earnest going out there. Josh Earnest actually trying to talk some sense. And it's saying that if Democrats are hoping for success in 2018 or 2020, the leader of our party can't be a former president. Now, on Tuesday, the broadcast of MSNBC Morning Joe, former White House press secretary Josh Earnest argued exactly that. It can't be Obama. It can't be an ex-president leading the party. Earnest began by saying that President Obama won't be the leader of the Democrat Party. He then explained why, stating if Democrats are hoping for success in 2018-2020, the leader of the party cannot be a former president of the United States. The leader of the party shouldn't be a former anything. We have to have leaders, both in Washington, D.C. and around the country, that are ready to give voice to the Democrat Party value. Now, that doesn't explain why, but if you think about it, at this point, his job's done. He did his civic duty. I said duty. Cool. And his time has passed. I believe once you hit that plateau like he's done, he's hit that plateau. He had what they thought were great ideas for the party. And nothing new ever came out over the years. It stalled. So I don't see any new ideas coming out of Obama. I'm not out to help Obama or the Democrat Party, but they need fresh, new, young blood. And I'm not talking like 18, 19-year-olds. I'm talking, sorry about that. So people would experience, not the Pelosi's or the Reeds. They are way out of touch with middle America. They become the party of opposition, the party of extremism. They're becoming the party of protect everything that is bad for America. And they're just getting worse. And how did they go down this path? How did they start down this path of destruction? Obama. And, of course, Obama's out there screaming. Where's that article? I don't know if I put it in here. If not, I'll be able to pull it up in a moment. Obama's out there screaming and blaming. Well, he also admits that if his high school records were online like they are today, he probably wouldn't have been president. Obama made his comments during a discussion about young people running for office and organizing their communities at the University of Chicago. He made a statement of, the problem is with the internet, that past is always there. Obama advised aspiring young professionals to own it. If you had pictures of everything I had done when I was in high school, I probably wouldn't have been president of the United States. Obama admitted that he used to smoke pot in high school, but said that he detailed his drug use experience in his first book, Dreams from My Father. He said that his honesty about the issue helped him deal with political opponents and critics who try to use it against them. I learned from that. I don't sugarcoat it. I didn't suggest somehow it had been something that recommended for everybody, but that's what teenage kids did at that age when I was growing up. Not everybody, some even wiser than me. I wasn't that wise. Still aren't. Still aren't that wise. Obama admitted that it was difficult to have the public all up in your business, adding that he had a lot of biographer dramatizing his life. I would advise all of you to be a little more circumspect about your selfies and what you take pictures of. Just a suggestion. He also, and this is something that he was famous for, he blames social media and cable news. So in other words, he's blaming internet radio like SHR Media, blaming social media commentators like BZ, Sackhead Sean, Dave the Unpleasant Blind Guy, White Mamba, Kel Fritz, myself, and a host of others that called him out on his bullshit. That's who he blames for polarizing politics. Not him. And he goes on, it's harder and harder to find common ground because of money in politics. Special interests dominate the debate in Washington in ways which don't match up with the road a majority of Americans feel. This is the man that polarized and politicized everything. He politicized everything. Everything was conservatives' fault. Everything was social media's fault. Everything was Fox News' fault. Constantly attacking conservatives. He polarized politics worse than ever before. But now he's trying to sugarcoat it and make it sound all hunky-dory that he didn't do anything wrong during his time in office. No, he was a good boy. What's that old expression? The shit's getting deep. He went on and he made a statement of, one thing I'm absolutely convinced of is that, yes, we can comfort a whole range of challenges from economic inequality and lack of opportunity to a criminal justice system that too often is skewed in ways which are unproductive, climate change to issues related to violence. All those problems are serious, they're daunting, but they're not insolvable. Yeah. Have the Democrats stop causing those issues, and we'll be doing good. They're the ones causing the violence in the United States. They're the party of opposition. Hey. They're the one pushing this bullshit myth, the sky is falling with Trump and politics, that everything the conservatives do are bad. They are the ones that are pushing... The list goes on and on, and I'm sure everybody understands. He said that the rise of social media, cable TV, and talk radio can contribute to this polarization in political debate because people only seek out information that validate their own belief. In other words, it doesn't agree with what he has to say, so it's false information. And that's what he does over and over and over and over again. If you don't agree with him, you're lying. You don't know what you're talking about. Well, I know more about middle-class America than that asshole ever will. He may at one time known what middle class was about. One time. He forgot it a long time ago. What he's pissed about is conservatives have the majority when it comes to social media and talk radio. We have the majority. That's not my fault. There is a lot of us that do shows exactly like this. I would love to see some common ground. But you're not going to see that anytime soon. You're never going to see that. But he did put, if you're liberal, then you're on MSNBC. If you're conservative, you're on Fox News. You're reading the Wall Street Journal, or you're reading the New York Times, or whatever your choices are. Or maybe you're just looking at cat videos, which is fine. Oh, that's okay. Cat videos are fine. Hey, as long as you're not arguing and disagreeing with him, it's fine. You're listening to the Reaver of Common Sense right here on SHR Media, and we will be right back.
Conservative media done right. You're listening to the SHR Media Network.
Breaking news. According to the latest report coming out of SHR Media, a merchandise store to support both the Reaver of Common Sense and SHR Media has just been unleashed to the general public. Be forewarned that this site can be contagious and numerous items can be purchased to support the best news programming. Go to Reaver.one website and click on the store link to check out the merchandise.
Listening to Reaver of Common Sense, hosted by my dad, Jersey Joe. Beware, the Jersey Takeover is here. Every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch the Reaver of Common Sense show, hosted by Jersey Joe, right here on shrmedia.com and highplains.dailynews.com. Only Jersey can deliver hell like no one else, so consider this your fair warning.
In a world controlled by corrupt politicians,
You got a business. That you didn't build that.
a team of ordinary men emerge from the ashes to give voice to the voiceless and hope to the hopeless. Sackhead Sean.
Dude, I'm not saying cow for the stupid pro.
Sackhead Clint.
All good friends of ours usually show up drunk.
Also starring Sacco as the producer.
I'm a little bit drunk, 'cause I'm drinking.
They are the Sackheads Radio Show. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific on shrmedia.com.
Every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can catch the Southside Mutt Show with its hosts, the Jersey Boys, Jersey Joe and Crash, right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio, where we will be digging up the dirt.
Times are dark. The people misled by corrupt politicians, lied to by establishment media, and deceived by the false messages of Islam. A nation in confusion needs a guide. It needs a man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner. Join me on Spreaker, SHR Media, High Plains Talk Radio, Live Rebooting Liberty, and YouTube for a unique brand of commentary on the unpleasant blind guide. Because truth is not always pleasant.
If you miss a show, don't worry. You can catch the replays two ways, rebootingliberty.com or the reaverofcommonsense.com. While you're there on Reaver of Common Sense, don't forget, drop in your email and keep up to date with everything going on, or click the like button on the Facebook widget. Now on to the Reaver of Common Sense.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show. And welcome back to the Reaver of Common Sense. I'm your host, Jersey Joe, and I'm trying to make sense out of the senseless. The Jersey Takeover's here. We have expanded to 2 hours every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. How's everybody doing? Oh, the weather outside is frightful. Let's see, where are we? Where are we? Where are we at? I know I'm in Florida. I know I'm in Tampa, Florida. I know that. So I was actually shocked. I know I'm going to piss some people off for this one. Ted Cruz has a great idea. There's just always the Cruz fans that just everything he does is perfect. And then, you know what? I'm not going to get into right, wrong, or indifferent on it. But I just know they're going to. I love his idea. He says he has $14 billion right now that could be used to fund the border wall. $14 billion is a lot. Senator Ted Cruz introduced a bill calling for the use of $14 billion seized from cartel drug lord El Chapo. That's right, from the $14 billion seized from El Chapo. Take that money and use it for the wall. Guess what? Mexico pays for the wall at that point. $14 billion will go a long way towards building a wall that will keep Americans safe and hinder the illegal flow of drugs, weapons, and individuals across our southern border. Senator Ted Cruz stated, according to a statement obtained from Breitbart, Texas, from the senator's office, ensuring the safety and the security of Texans is one of my top priorities. Yeah, he needs to do something because right now he lost a lot of popularity in Texas, and his two opponents are polling better than he is. He damaged himself during the candidacy for presidency during that run. He damaged himself. He shot himself in the foot with his actions afterwards, and they may have to replace him. I don't know. And people better stop getting so cocky about Texas being red. Because I'm seeing a big push. Not only, from trying to switch people over, but they're importing a lot of Californians into that state. Which is starting to turn it just a little bit purple. So they need to stop their cockiness. So, where's it? The Texas senator said that leveraging criminal forfeited assets from El Chapo and other Mexican cartel members and drug dealers can offset the wall's costs and make meaningful progress towards achieving President Trump's stated border security objective. Senator Cruz introduced the Ensuring Lawful Collection of Hidden Assets to Provide Order, which comes out to El Chapo Act, on Tuesday. The United States government is currently seeking the criminal forfeiture of more than $14 billion in drug proceeds and illicit profits from El Chapo, the leader of the Sinaloa drug cartel, who was recently extradited to the United States to face criminal prosecution for numerous alleged drug-related crimes, including conspiracy to commit murder and money laundering, Cruz stated. The Mexican government extradited the former Mexican drug kingpin in January. The move to American prison cell followed months of court battles in Mexico and multiple escapes from prison by Guzman by El Chapo himself. As part of the agreement with Mexico, El Chapo would not face the death penalty in the United States for his crime. The prosecutor filed murder charges against the former drug lord in retaliation to the killing of a U.S. citizen and two relatives. Now, with the border wall, the budget, now I'm hearing, Trump's backing down, and he's willing to do a budget without a shutdown. I want to see what happens, because all this rhetoric is just that, rhetoric. I hear it all the time. And then Trump does the exact opposite of what the rhetoric is talking about. It's it's this is a great idea. And the idea that we can't and shouldn't build a wall, it's so mean. The Democrats are helping the cartels by not securing the border, by not putting a wall up. And what I mean, they're helping. Well, they are helping outright because the wonderful things he does. They can transport their drugs, bring in illegal aliens, run them in. All with very little resistance. At least in the past, there was very little resistance. This has allowed terrorists to come through, gangbangers, drug cartel and their members. It's seems to be the hallmark of the Democrat Party to do everything it can to protect this criminal element, the illegals, the drug cartels, the terrorists, to make it as easy as possible for any negative effect for drug running, gun running. Because they keep, the problems in California with guns in Chicago, it's coming in from the states next door. No. It's also guns being run by cartels across the border. This is what the Democrat Party is doing. They want total chaos in this country. They think they can swoop in and fix everything. We can fix everything. And people just keep voting these people in. And the Democrats keep doing everything they can to destabilize this country. Because, as I said, they get to swoop in, and then it's, well, we got to bring in the UN. We got to bring in this. Hang on one second. And this isn't because I'm just a conservative that wants to destroy the Democrat Party. No. Go through my past shows. That's not what I want. But the Democrat Party, as it stands now, is not for the American people. It's for every criminal enterprise outside the United States. And for that, I want to see them taken down, destroyed. And this idea of the border wall is mean. It's just more rhetoric from the left. It's not mean. It's not racist. It will help protect the border. There's some areas on the border vehicles really can't get to. So by building the border wall, it's going to help a lot of sections. In a lot of these cities, that you don't want a wall up in these cities. They're always looking out their door at their neighbor over a wall that's already there. Most of these cities already have a small wall. A better wall needs to be built. A serious wall needs to be built. And I'm sitting here looking, and for some reason, Siri looked something up. I don't know what it was looking up. The border wall should have been done a long time ago. And not a fence, a wall. It's not going to stop everybody. But the same reason we have walls and fences around our government buildings, why these politicians have them around their house, is to deter criminals and illegal activity from happening. It deters, doesn't stop. You're listening to the Reaver of Common Sense right here on SHR Media. And only SHR Media. And I will be right back.
Conservative media done listening to the SHR Media Network.
Breaking news. According to the latest report coming out of SHR Media, a merchandise store to support both the Reaver of Common Sense and SHR Media has just been unleashed to the general public. Be forewarned that this site can be contagious and numerous items can be purchased to support the best news programming. Go to Reaver.one website and click on the store link to check out the merchandise.
Listening to Reaver of Common Sense, hosted by my dad, Jersey Joe. Beware, the Jersey Takeover is here. Every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch the Reaver of Common Sense show, hosted by Jersey Joe, right here on shrmedia.com and highplainsdailynews.com. Only Jersey can deliver hell like no one else, so consider this your fair warning.
In a world controlled by corrupt politicians,
You got a business. You didn't build that.
a team of ordinary men emerge from the ashes to give voice to the voiceless and hope to the hopeless. Sackhead Sean,
Dude, I'm not saying cop for the stupid program.
Sackhead Clint,
All good friends of ours usually show up drunk.
also starring Sacco as the producer.
I'm a little bit drunk, I'm a little bit drunk, 'cause I'm drinking, drinking, drinking.
They are the Sackheads Radio Show. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific on shrmedia.com.
Every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can catch the Southside Mutt Show with its hosts, the Jersey Boys, Jersey Joe and Crash, right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio, where we will be digging up the dirt.
Times are dark. The people misled by corrupt politicians, lied to by establishment media, and deceived by the false messages of Islam. A nation in confusion needs a guide. It needs a man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner. Join me on Spreaker, SHR Media, High Plains Talk Radio, Live Rebooting Liberty, and YouTube for a unique brand of commentary on the unpleasant blind guide. Because truth is not always pleasant.
If you miss a show, don't worry. You can catch the replays two ways, rebootingliberty.com or the reaverofcommonsense.com. While you're there on Reaver of Common Sense, don't forget, drop in your email and keep up to date with everything going on, or click the like button on the Facebook widget. Now on to the Reaver of Common Sense.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show. And welcome back to the Reaver of Common Sense. I am your host, Jersey Joe, and I'm trying to make sense out of the senseless. The Jersey Takeover's here. We have expanded to 2 hours every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. All right. Where are we at? So Hannity is on the warpath, and rightfully so. If I was him, I'd be on the goddamn warpath. What the good liberals are doing is they are trying to shut down any and all conservative commentator speech. We see it in Berkeley all the time. We see it in these colleges all the time. They keep trying to shut down conservative speech. They are trying to shut down everybody's First Amendment right. If you don't say what they agree with, they want it shut down. If they get offended by it, they want it shut down. So what they're doing is, now I don't know the full ins and outs of the O'Reilly case. I have my suspicion that this was more an attack on a conservative to get him off the air. Because immediately right after, next thing you know, they go after Hannity with the same charge. Except Hannity already had some proof to prove that this lady is full of shit. The woman that made these accusations has made multiple accusations on other stuff and been proven wrong time and time again. So what Hannity announced is, and I was listening to his radio show yesterday. I don't listen all the time. Hang on. I don't listen all the time, but every now and then I'll pop it on because he's coming on as I'm driving back from picking my daughter up from school. I got over a half-hour drive each way. So every now and then I'll turn it on to hear what him and Rush have to say. Not a huge fan of Rush. Don't dislike him, just I'm kind of neutral about him. He has his good points and he has his bad points. Let's just put it that way. Now, what the hell just happened? See, okay. I bumped the mixer and I heard it in the headset, the difference. So, he's come out and he confronted the attacks against him and his character. Hannity said he no longer will remain silent and that he has hired a team of the best attorneys in this country to work on his behalf. The following is a transcript of what Hannity had to say. I have to start by addressing a well-orchestrated effort by the intolerant left in this country that is not designed to silence every conservative voice and by any means necessary. Now, I'm speaking out tonight so that you, our audience, will understand what is really happening and what is at stake when it comes to freedom of speech in this country. Now, these tactics are right out of Saul Alinsky's Rules for Radical playbook. Now, I've worked for radio for 30 years, Sean Hannity went on. I've been right here at Fox News Channel for 21 and a half years. I'm very proud of that. And during this time, there's always been an effort and attempts to smear and slander and besmirch me and other conservatives. But it has never been as intense and completely insane as it is right now. Now, I want you to understand, every single minute, every single second I am on the air, radio, TV, there is somebody likely being paid, recording and monitoring every single word that comes out of my mouth, all in the hopes that I may say something they can twist and distort and use against me to try to destroy my reputation and get my conservative voice out the air. Now, it has gotten worse in the age of President Trump. It is no secret I have been a supporter of the president and, of course, his policies. And quite simply, these liberal fascists, they can't stand conservative voices. Now, for those of you who don't know me well, I have a pretty thick skin. I call out people, I say things, I give my viewpoint for 4 hours a day, and for all these years, there has been this unrelenting attack against me. But in the light of recent events, I've come to the conclusion I can no longer remain silent, and I can no longer let the left slander against me slide. So from now on, I want you to be informed of what I'm doing and why I'm doing it. If there's any person, organization, or group, any media outlet that slander, lies about me, besmirches me and my character, I am going to be calling them out. At this point, enough is enough. I have hired a team of some of the best attorneys in this country to work with me and on my behalf. Now, the breaking point came this weekend when an individual for over a decade has made the most outrageous, unfair, untrue allegations against me, has now resurfaced, making ridiculous and completely untrue claims. Now, this person went on a radio show on Friday and made more unfounded accusations against me, which this person is now interestingly recanting after I made my statement. But it was only after I responded to this baseless false smear. This is not the first time I've had to deal with this individual. Now, I didn't know what he was talking about with all this, so I looked it up. There is a female who basically made some accusations that she was sexually harassed by Sean Hannity. And then after he came out and went back at her, she came out, I was not saying I was sexually harassed, yada, 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 yada. She withdrew. But what they're doing is the left is attacking conservative voice. I've talked about it here that it's going to happen. They cannot stand free speech. They want free speech, but if it is something they disagree with, they do not want it to be heard. And they will attack relentlessly. They will destroy people's lives. They don't care. They want silence from the conservative voice. They only want their voice out there because it is the only way their voice will win is if they silence any opposition. Because one drop of common sense blows their opinions and theories out the door. Now back to Sean Hannity went on. Now this person has repeatedly spread lies about me. I'll give you an example. Back in 2010, I was raising money for the Freedom Alliance, a charity that offers college scholarships to children of killed veterans and their families. And in a blog post, the individual falsely accused me and members of the charity of skimming and stealing money that was donated. This, of course, was easily proven false, and in spite of the fact that we proved each and every single accusation to be untrue and inaccurate at the time, I was never given an apology. There is no correction that was issued. Now this person has made another slander accusation, and in response, I released this statement, which now the press has picked up, and I will read it for you. Let me be clear. The comment about me on a radio show this week by this individual are 100% false and completely fabrication. This individual is a serial harasser who has been lying about me for well over a decade. The individual has a history of making provable false statements to get against me in an effort to slander, smear, and besmirch my reputation. The individual has not just slandered me over the years, but also many people who this individual disagrees with. This individual desperately seeks attention by any means necessary, including making unfounded personal attacks and using indefensible and outrageous political rhetoric. My patience with this individual is over. I have retained a team of some of the finest and toughest lawyers in the country who are now in the process of laying out the legal course of action we will be taking against this individual. Now, in this fiercely divided and vindictive climate, I will no longer allow slander to go unchallenged, as I see this to be a coordinated effort afoot to silence those with conservative views. I will fight every single lie about me, about any and all legal means available to me as an American. Now, I want you to know, my audience, the importance of what is happening here. This is not about Sean Hannity. This is not about one person. This is now a coordinated attempt to silence the voice of every outspoken conservative in this country. If we don't stop it right now, there won't be any conservative voices on radio or television left. Now, I'm not the only one I am not the only one that these liberal fascists routinely target. Like me, conservatives are monitored on radio, TV, every word they say. Contrary to the alt-radical left stated position, they're so open-minded liberals. The only thing they're open-minded about is their opinion. The only thing they are tolerant of is their opinion. Now, he finished up with not true. Liberal fascism is alive and well in America today. The goal is simple. They want to shut up, shut down, silence all conservative voices by any means necessary. Here is the difference. Unlike the left, I don't have any problem with what the other side says. If you want to listen to liberals on radio or TV, read the articles, follow them on social media, go for it. Now, I will call out for the bias. I'll explain why they were wrong. I will debate them, but I will never, ever say they should be silenced. And I won't support boycotts to attack their advertiser, a roundabout way of silencing them. So let me be clear tonight. Everyone who is publicly supporting President Trump is a target. This is very political. We have seen repeatedly that the left knows no limit in their effort. They have gone after and attacked the First Lady. They have attacked members of the president's family, every White House advisor. They even attacked his daughter and his 10-year-old son. Now, ultimately, their goal is to cause as much collateral damage as they can to anybody that supports the president. They have tried to undermine the outcome of this election since November 9th. Please note, this is not about me. This is about the left. Boycotts all in attempt to silence prominent conservative voice. If we don't take a stand now, if we allow this to happen, I am telling you, America, as we know it, freedom of speech, as we know it, is over. Let's stop the boycotts and its silencing of opposition voice. Let all of America make their own decision. I agree with what Hannity had to say. Never been one to back boycotts. If I don't like something, I don't listen, I don't watch, I don't participate. I don't call for people to jump in and start blocking these people. I may not like what somebody says, but I didn't allow them to say it. The left is not, will not, and does not give that same respect. The only way they can win, the only way they can get their perverted way of life shoved down our throat is by silencing us. If they want to debate, let's debate. Let's talk it out. Maybe we can come to a nice medium. Maybe we can compromise. That'll never happen. They don't want the happy medium. And with that, you've been listening to the Reaver of Common Sense right here on SHR Media, and we are going to go with some big-time news right after this break. You're listening to Reaver of Common Sense, and we'll be right back.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
Breaking news. According to the latest report coming out of SHR Media, a merchandise store to support both the Reaver of Common Sense and SHR Media has just been unleashed to the general public. Be forewarned that this site can be contagious and numerous items can be purchased to support the best news programming. Go to Reaver.one website and click on the store link to check out the merchandise.
You have been listening to Reaver of Common Sense, hosted by my dad, Jersey Joe. Beware, the Jersey Takeover is here. Every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch the Reaver of Common Sense show, hosted by Jersey Joe, right here on shrmedia.com and highplainsdailynews.com. Only Jersey can deliver hell like no one else, so consider this your fair warning.
In a world controlled by corrupt politicians,
You got a business. That you didn't build that.
a team of ordinary men emerge from the ashes to give voice to the voiceless and hope to the hopeless. Sackhead Sean,
Dude, I'm not saying cop for the stupid program.
Sackhead Clint,
All good friends of ours usually show up drunk.
also starring Sacco as the producer.
I'm a little bit drunk, 'cause I'm drinking, drinking, drinking.
They are the Sackheads Radio Show. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific on shrmedia.com.
Every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can catch the Southside Mutt Show with its hosts, the Jersey Boys, Jersey Joe and Crash, right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio, where we will be digging up the dirt.
Times are dark. The people misled by corrupt politicians, lied to by establishment media, and deceived by the false messages of Islam. A nation in confusion needs a guide. It needs a man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner. Join me on Spreaker, SHR Media, High Plains Talk Radio, Live Rebooting Liberty, and YouTube for a unique brand of commentary on the unpleasant blind guide. Because truth is not always pleasant.
If you miss a show, don't worry. You can catch the replays two ways, rebootingliberty.com or the reverbcommonsense.com. While you're there on Reaver of Common Sense, don't forget, drop in your email and keep up to date with everything going on, or click the like button on the Facebook widget. Now on to the Reaver of Common Sense.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show. And welcome back to the Reaver of Common Sense. I am your host, Jersey Joe, and I'm trying to make sense out of the senseless. And we have Crash has called into the show. What's up, Crash? What's up, Doc?
Not much. What's going on down there?
Nothing much. Same old.
Same old shit, different day, right?
Exactly. Except some breaking news came out last night.
Okay.
Donald Trump President Trump had written the EOs, executive orders, stopping any federal funding to the sanctuary cities. Sounds pretty reasonable. A California judge has blocked that executive order.
Yeah, I thought I heard something about that this morning, that it's been blocked. Yeah, that's stated something about he can't modify federal funding that's beyond his ability or something like that.
Which is bullshit.
See, here's the that might be. I mean, it is possible that is beyond his purview. However, one thing that is not beyond his purview is the enforcement and application of our current laws. Now, the thing that really irks me is essentially he's essentially negotiating with all these cities. Look, these are the flipping laws. If you don't follow them, this is going to be the penalty. Oh, no, you can't do that. You can't do that. Okay, a-hole, guess what I can do? Failure to follow federal law, impeding a federal investigation, obstruction of justice. Those are crimes.
Promoting illegal aliens. Promoting illegal aliens is against the law.
So, if you are these sanctuary cities, okay, fine, they get all their funding. Oh, Mayor so-and-so, you are not complying with the immigration laws. You are purposefully hindering, ICE enforcement. You are purposefully obstructing this. Guess what? Those are crimes. You are now under arrest. We are now going to prosecute you. Do that to these assholes. Say, you know what? I'm done fucking playing kid games. These are the goddamn laws of the land. Stop trying to change that.
No, you can change the laws, but stop ignoring the laws.
But the funny thing is, for 8 years, we had a guy that essentially ran a country, writing executive orders and choosing what laws to follow. Now, all of a sudden, we've got a guy, and everybody's pissed. Anytime he does an executive order, he wrote an executive order to cancel an executive order, and he was told that's not his right. He can't do that as president. Like,
I know.
I mean, it's absolutely outlandish. And everything they're saying, well, you can't, that's against the law, that's against the law. Well, and guess what? You guys have been breaking laws for 8 years. I'm glad it's been cozy for you, but hey, guess what? Now the adults are in charge, and you're going to get fucking grounded and spanked. And that's all there is to it. Honestly, that's what I hope. I really hope that he'll end up going down that road and at least do it to one of these guys, saying, you know what, enough's enough. I want the Attorney General to go after you.
Well, it's not just that. You can go under, there's Code 1324, which makes it illegal to promote illegal aliens, to tell them, hey, come to my city, I'm going to protect you. That's against the law. Right there. And that's mandatory jail time.
And that's the thing, is nobody's... Essentially, he's not even enforcing the laws by trying to come up with this other thing. I'm going to withhold funding. Well, guess what? In all reality, that's what he actually should do is, you know what? You're breaking the law. We're going to prosecute you. It's that simple. We're going to prosecute you. We're going to take you to jail. The city will still get all of its funding, but you're not going to benefit from it because your ass is going to be locked up for 5%.
That judge or the sheriff out in San Francisco, that was a part of letting that guy go that killed Kate Stein. That's life in prison underneath those charges because there was a murder involved with an illegal alien. They knew he was an illegal alien, and they still released him. He committed a murder. They are culpable in that murder, and that sheriff should be arrested immediately because sure as hell if I did something like that, my ass would be locked up.
Well, the thing is, all these, it's funny. What is it, Sheriff Clark? Everybody's, all up in arms about him and his stances on everything. But his whole stance is, these are the freaking laws.
Yep.
This is my job. I am law enforcement, not law dictatorship. This is the law that I was given. I am going to enforce the law. And everybody's, saying that he's an extremist. All these other guys are saying, I don't agree with the law, so I'm just going to act like it doesn't exist. I'm going to ignore it, and I'm just going to do whatever the hell it is I want. As a private citizen, I don't have that ability. I can't choose, hey, you know what, I think it's stupid. I have to stop at a red light. I'm just going to run through it. No, I don't think you should have the right of the way. I'm just going to cut you off because I think it's stupid that you get the right of way. I can't choose which laws I'm going to follow. Mm-hmm. What makes these people better than me? It absolutely flabbergasts me. And nobody questions it. Nobody challenges this. Why?
Yeah, that's the big thing. Why?
That's our biggest, honestly, in my opinion, our biggest responsibility as citizens. Question the establishment. Okay, you want to do this. Okay, fine. Why do you want to do this? Give a reason. Oh, okay, I may disagree with your reason, I may disagree with it, but the whole parenting thing of, because I said so, you know what? That wears off after a while, and it doesn't work with adults. It doesn't work.
Nope.
Christ, anybody that's got kids knows that after about 5, that stops working effectively. Because I said so. You know, it floors me. Question it, you know? And you can do it respectfully. You know, you can do it in an open forum, like what we do. You raise the question. You know, we're not right about everything. I don't understand all topics. But I'm willing to listen to both sides of an argument. Even if I don't like the argument, I'm willing to listen to an extent. You know, but I'm only willing to do this if it's actually going to be a discussion, not a lectureship. Okay, like what a lot of these liberals do at these colleges. They essentially just keep yelling and screaming to shut down the opposition.
Oh,
that's not a discussion. I'm not going to listen to you because this is not a discussion. This is you dictating to me what I should and should not believe. That's not a discussion. I'm not going to do that. So no, in that case, I'm not going to listen to you. I'm going to tell you where to go stick it.
Yeah, and that's I was just talking about how they're going after conservatives right now, and what they're doing is. You know, they have these women coming up, well, he sexually harassed me and all this, and it's getting conservatives off the air. And not all of them are going to be actual events. I don't know which ones will and won't, but it's...
Hold on.
You know? Oh, fat boy food time. It's unbelievable. It is absolutely unbelievable. But this executive order, millions of Americans agree with it. That's why he was one of the reasons he was voted in. And it's about time that we start following our laws.
What is the point? I mean, what is the point? So we're going to have laws, but we're not going to follow them. So I wonder how many of these liberals, they have rules at their house, you know, like clean up your room, clean up after the dog, wash your dishes. So does this mean that if their kids say, no, I just don't feel like doing that today, oh, that's okay, that's your right, and the parents are just going to pick up after them? No, I guarantee you. 90% of these parents are going to, okay, well, then you lose your Xbox privileges. You didn't do this. You didn't do what you're supposed to do. Well, then you don't get to go out this weekend, honey.
Hey, Kel.
That's your punishment. But when it comes to everything else, it's, oh, no, somebody else can figure it out. No, that's okay. I can't get in trouble. You know, I'm with Clintons. I'm good. Yeah. My blood pressure's rising. I can feel it.
It's ridiculous. It really is. I thought the lawlessness was done, and now we have these judges that are not following the law.
Well, and that's the most screwed up thing. Is even the judges are dictating law. That's it.
And that's the part. They're supposed to enforce the law. They're ignoring law. If we go to the executive orders that Trump wrote on immigration, it says in the law that he has a right to pick and choose who comes into this country. But yet they decided to ignore that part of the law. They didn't bring that part of the law up in their decision. They kind of skimmed over that.
But yet, you know what? I know we brought it up on the show, but it really doesn't ever get brought up. The Obama administration barred immigrants from certain countries for a while. That was never mainstream news. Hi.
Yeah.
Thank you. You do the same. I mean, that wasn't blowing up all over the place, and you know, you had all these supposed peaceful protests, which I still think is the absolute most laughable term, especially when they do it. You know, I mean, Christ, what was it? Was it over the weekend? I think it was at Berkeley again. There was a woman that, they were labeling it as she got sucker punched by a neo-Nazi conservatives, and and they show this brief video of this guy hitting her. And he did. I mean, he popped her. He knocked her ass down. Okay, but what led up to that? And that's my question, is what led up to that? And on the news, they're portraying it as, well, she was there as part of Antifa, and, it was an anti-Trump rally is what they're labeling it as. But what they're not stating is that the rally was originally set up by Trump supporters to be a peaceful demonstration of support for Trump. On the other side, showed up to disrupt it. So this was not a peaceful anti-Trump rally. It was not an anti-Trump rally. It was a pro-Trump rally that got disrupted by anti-Trump protesters. Okay, fine. That is their right. Well, the girl that's getting all this action, about being punched and everybody's, oh, my God, she put on her Twitter feed, I'm nervous about tomorrow going to this. I'm going to get myself 100 Nazi scalps. She actually broadcasted she was going there to be violent. She was going there to pick a fight. She wanted to scalp her some Nazis. Oh, yeah. I'm absolutely sure. She showed up peacefully with her bandana around her face, concealing her identity. Oh, yeah. I'm sure.
It's funny that the anti-fascists are the ones using fascist techniques. That's what really makes me laugh.
They don't understand what it is. That's the thing I get the biggest kick out of.
Yeah, they don't understand.
We're anti-fall. We're anti-fascist. Like, I don't think that means what you think it means. Oh, my God.
And now, what is it, Ann Coulter is supposed to be doing that speech in Berkeley. What's even worse is liberals. You have one of the main ones, Elizabeth Warren, Senator Warren. And she's even, because the liberals are under fire so bad because they've been shutting down free speech. It's now hurting them. It's hurting them in polls. It's hurting them in opinion pieces. So even Elizabeth Warren's going out there. If you don't like it, just don't show up. But she has a right to speak. We got to stop the silencing of the free speech. Now, all of a sudden, because it's hurting them, but just a month ago, they were, shut them down. We don't need to hear this rhetoric. We don't need to hear this hate speech. Now it's, it's hurting us.
Surprising. And they keep labeling it, this is hate speech. But no, it's an opposing opinion. It's a dissenting opinion. You can call it whatever you want. It's not hate speech. They're not out there advocating to go and kill people and to do this. That's not what they're freaking doing. They're pointing out an opposing point of view. That is not hate speech. I'm sorry if it hurts your feelings if you don't agree. Hey, guess what? Everybody's entitled to their feelings. It hurts my feelings if you keep telling me to shut up. So how come I have no protection under this? Shut up, Daddy. How come I have no protection under this?
You said I'm fat. That hurt my feelings. I find it offensive.
Okay, Snowflake.
That's right. I'm a snowflake, and I'm going to come in with a blizzard. I actually had some idiot say that. That was a stupid term to call us a snowflake. Snowflakes causes blizzard. Yeah, and the first sign of sunlight, you melt, bitch. Oh, my God. They don't think these things through.
No, the thing is, they don't. I don't get it. I really don't. And they do this with a lot of words. I mean, they're saying, okay, if I'm anti-Muslim, well, that's racist. No, it's not. Muslim is not a race.
Yeah,
by definition, that is not racism. It is not a race.
You're being a racist against the dictionary because you're actually using the terms correctly.
Oh, God. It absolutely floors me. I mean, they were talking about on the radio all this anti-Semitism and all this racism and all this hate in New Jersey. They were talking about that. And it absolutely floored me because they're saying that, it's still alive and kicking, it's all this pro-white. And I'm like, wait, what? So I listened to it a little bit more, the whole thing about it, and they were saying that it's all got to do with people being pro-white and people trying to, you'll say that this is what they like and stuff like that, and it's a pro-white mentality, and that's racist. I'm sorry, when it's...
Pro-white or Snow White?
Pro-white. Essentially, they're saying if you're proud, if you're if you're fucking proud of being a white male, you're a sexist, you're racist, you're this, that, and everything else, but you can be proud to be black, you can be proud to be Indian, proud to be Muslim,
you can be proud of everything else, but you're not allowed to be proud to be white.
Other than a wasp. If you are a wasp, you are the evil, evil son of a bitch, and you are the cause of everybody's problems in the world. And ironically enough, everybody in the world runs to us to solve the fucking problems that supposedly we generate. I think the easiest solution that we can do, fine, dust our hands off, walk away, and say, solve your own fucking mess, world. You take care of it. If we're not there, you can't say we caused it.
I have a question. I have a question. Because
Okay,
Middle East says all the problems are because of the United States. Okay?
Yes.
The United States wasn't around 1,000 years ago, 500 years ago, 1,005, and there was still wars in the Middle East. There was no Britain. There was no United States. Whose fault was it then?
It was still our fault because they knew we were coming.
Okay.
There was always a Western world, and if you know, that's usually what they say. It's the West, the evil West, and that's the European nations, and that's the American nations now. Now, 1,000 years ago, whatever was west of them, it was probably blamed on them.
It's just funny because there was a female Muslim that came out and was like, I don't like America. But this is not their fault. That we've been warring with each other for 2,000 years. This is not England's fault. This is not the USA. Yeah, Kel, you're right. Hang on. Kel says the same thing, that the U.S. accepts the finger pointing. We got idiots that go, yes, it is our fault. We're so evil, it's our fault. Fuck that. It's not our fault. It's not our fault, people. But yeah, there was. She went on. I hate America, but it's not America's fault. I don't like their policies, but it's not America that's over here raping, pillaging, beheading people. It's not America doing that. We're doing it to ourselves. We have an extreme faction in our religion. I was just sitting there like, holy shit. I can't believe she's actually out here speaking the truth. Listen, we got to go to break. We'll be right back, but you're listening to the Reaver of Common Sense right here and only here on SHR Media, and we will be right back.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
Breaking news. According to the latest report coming out of SHR Media, a merchandise store to support both the Reaver of Common Sense and SHR Media has just been unleashed to the general public. Be forewarned that this site can be contagious and numerous items can be purchased to support the best news programming. Go to Reaver.one website and click on the store link to check out the merchandise.
You have been listening to Reaver of Common Sense, hosted by my dad, Jersey Joe. Beware, the Jersey Takeover is here. Every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch the Reaver of Common Sense show, hosted by Jersey Joe, right here on shrmedia.com and highplains.dailynews.com. Only Jersey can deliver hell like no one else, so consider this your fair warning.
In a world controlled by corrupt politicians,
You got a business. You didn't build that.
a team of ordinary men emerge from the ashes to give voice to the voiceless and hope to the hopeless. Sackhead Sean,
Dude, I'm not saying cop for the stupid program.
Sackhead Clint,
all good friends of ours usually show up drunk.
Also starring Sacco as the producer.
I'm a little bit drunk, I'm a little bit drunk, 'cause I'm drinking, drinking, drinking.
They are the Sackheads Radio Show. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific on shrmedia.com.
Every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can catch the Southside Much Show with its hosts, the Jersey Boys, Jersey Joe and Crash, right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio, where we will be digging up the dirt.
Times are dark. The people misled by corrupt politicians, lied to by establishment media, and deceived by the false messages of Islam. A nation in confusion needs a guide. It needs a man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner. Join me on Spreaker, SHR Media, High Plains Talk Radio, Live Rebooting Liberty, and YouTube for a unique brand of commentary on the unpleasant blind guide. Because truth is not always pleasant.
If you miss a show, don't worry. You can catch the replays two ways, rebootingliberty.com or the Reaver of Common Sense.com. While you're there on Reaver of Common Sense, don't forget, drop in your email and keep up to date with everything going on, or click the like button on the Facebook widget. Now on to the Reaver of Common Sense.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show. And welcome back to the Reaver of Common Sense. I am your host, Jersey Joe, and I'm trying to make sense out of the senseless. The Jersey Takeovers here, we have expanded to 2 hours every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. till 1 p.m.-ish. Eastern Standard Time, let's not forget. Well, Mondays because of, as I explained to the audience last week, with my wife going back to work, I have to pick my daughter up now. Monday, she has early dismissals. I have to leave exactly no later than 1 o'clock. So, unfortunately, the show was supposed to run to 1 o'clock, so I usually shut it down anywhere from 10 to 15 minutes early on Mondays. The rest of the week, I'm up till, the 1 o'clock hour. I'm up to the witching hour, so.
I just like how you phrase that. 1 o'clock.
Ish. Oh, it's. I don't understand what's going on in this country. These people seem hell-bent on just destroying everything about it. And we have Democrats protecting criminals, cartels, terrorists, illegal aliens, gangbangers. They make it easy for MS-13 to get in this country. We already have walls up in certain areas that need to be updated. We have sections of the wall, that need total repair.
Well, going with the laws again, okay, and the sanctuary cities. So the big thing is they disagree with the law, right?
Right. Left.
Then put in a bill to rewrite the law. Let's adjust the law.
Yeah, that's.
I mean, Trump disagrees with Obamacare. No, he hasn't decided that. Oh well, hey, guess what? We're just not going to follow it, and I'm not going to support it. He's pushing bills through to repeal and replace. Which, yes, I understand a lot of people aren't happy about it. There's parts of it I'm not happy about, too. But he's going through the proper process. Whereas all these other politicians on the other side, well, I disagree with it, so we're not going to change the law. We're just going to ignore it and kiss my butt.
Yeah,
I just don't get it.
I don't get it either. It just, and that's, it's that simple. Just if you don't like the law, change it. If you think the immigration laws are broke, change it. Let's enforce what we have. And that's what a lot of the Republicans say. Okay, fine, you don't like the immigration laws. Let's secure our border. Make sure that part is done. And then we will change the laws. We'll change about how to get into this country. But let's make sure we have a secure border, because the Democrats have done this before. This bait and switch of, oh, we are going to, we'll discuss border security, but, we want to change the laws before we do that. But right after we change the laws, we'll secure the border. That happened in the 80s underneath Reagan. Reagan agreed to it, tried to give a little trust to the Democrats, and nothing ever got secure, but some of the laws got changed as they wanted.
It's like trying to, I'm going to build a new house, so let's put up all the drywall, and then we'll put in the frames.
Yeah.
They're doing it backwards, okay? It's ridiculous how they think. And the two big sticking points, and this is what I find funny, is on the Republican side is first things first, secure the borders. I completely agree. The Democrats are stuck on the same broken record. First things first. Pass the citizenship. There is one, you morons. You don't like it.
Well, they want to pass the citizenship and then not do nothing else.
Yeah.
They don't want to secure the border.
But on top of that, we already have a path to citizenship.
Yeah, I know we do. And that's
the thing is, a lot of these people they're trying to protect can't pass it. And they don't want to, because part of that path is you're saying that you are a U.S. citizen. You are loyal to the United States of America. So you're renouncing the citizenship of Israel or Afghanistan or Mexico. None of these people want to do that. They don't want to say, well, I'm going to take all your perks, but I'm still a Mexican. And I will always be loyal to Mexico. So if you go to war with Mexico, I'm going to kill you from the inside out. Come on. It's completely fucking ridiculous. And to them, this is completely acceptable. This is acceptable. No. It's just flabbergasting.
It is. It's all the Democrats do anymore is protect criminals, whether it's terrorists, gangbangers, cartels, gun runners, drug dealers. By keeping the border open, it's funny because they cry about the drug problem in this country. Democrats cry about the drug problem, but then they push to legalize a lot of drugs. They keep the border open, which allows these cartels to push drugs across the border. They cry about gun violence in the country, but they leave the border open, allowing the cartels to run illegal guns into this country. They try to make it as easy as possible for these extreme Muslims to come into this country and do any terrorist act they want. But when it comes to the U.S. citizens, if we fart the wrong way, they want us in jail. Then they complain about the high population in jail. Because a lot of these laws that put a lot of these black men in jail for drug crimes and so forth were liberal policies. Liberals loved it. Oh, well, we got this problem, so let's increase the jail time. Now let's complain about the high jail population. It's absolutely mind-bendingly stupid.
And their constant blame game is even more ridiculous. I mean, I was absolutely sickened. I've been sickened with what's been going on in the South for about a year now, and it's getting more and more ridiculous. monuments are coming down because, those embody hatred, and those are reminders of repressive regimes and racism and blah, blah, blah. No, they're not. They're reminders of our past.
Of what happens when people don't get along.
Some of those things they're bad, they're horrible, they should not have happened, but they did happen. And those who fail to study history are destined to repeat it. We learn from those things. And it's also a point of view depending on which side you're on. Because in the Civil War, both sides thought they were fighting for what was right. Okay?
But wait a minute, let's go even for for a couple hundreds of years, that was not offensive. And now it's offensive?
Say that again?
For hundreds of years, these monuments were not offensive.
Yes.
And now, all of a sudden, a flip of a switch.
They're offensive.
Yeah.
They're offensive. And the battle flag. Now, here's what I find funny, okay? And also, not funny, but just disgusting and disgraceful is, okay, yes, the gentleman that killed all the African-American parishioners at that church down south, yes, that was a horrible act. It was absolutely horrible.
Dylan Roof.
Now, Dylan Roof, thank you. Now, they blamed him for his actions. He was an extremist. He was a white supremacist. He was the embodiment of hatred. It is his fault. And he was led to this. Okay, so they blamed him. But then they said that, it is items such as the Confederate battle flag. It is monuments such as that also is also the embodiment of this, so we need to remove all those. Okay, fine. I think your logic is completely flawed in the second half. I do agree that he's to blame.
Yeah.
Now,
definitely.
You have a Muslim that kills more people than Dylan Roof did in a blatant attack against homosexuals in Orlando. And what did they blame? Who did they blame?
The gun.
It's the gun's fault. The gun did it. The gun did it. Not the extremist Muslim. Not the terrorist. Nope. Wasn't him. It was the gun. The gun made him do it. Are you
and the gun did it in the club. Sorry. I immediately, don't ask me why I thought of Clue.
I was like trying to laugh, like, where are you going with this?
It just, for some reason, the way you were doing it, it made me think of Clue. In the club, with a gun, Colonel Mustard. Oh, I'm going to get hate mail over that. Making fun of...
No, you said mustard. Now, somebody's going to say that's racist against some minority group.
Yes, you're against mustard.
Mustard has a color, and people have different colors.
You're against yellow people.
Exactly. Oh, it's a black rifle. That's racist because it's against black people. Come on. You know? You know what? It really is. It really is. It just bores me. The justification processes that they use. You know, they own your freaking actions. Stop this freaking stupid ass blame game crap. You know, and don't remove my history. You know what? How is that your right?
Remove Discovery.
Politician, you know, how is that their right?
That joke went over your head, didn't it?
Determine what history is and is not allowed. You know what? I remember a group that did that about
Nazis.
60 years ago. I remember a group that did that, and it wasn't the fucking Republicans.
Nazis.
Yeah. That's the funny thing, and that's what I keep saying.
Nazis are the ones that were doing violence at political speeches to stop political speeches from happening. Hitler was famous for doing that.
They don't understand the words that they use. They don't mean what these guys think they mean. They're calling us Nazis. We're Nazis. Yet we're for the free speech.
They're the ones using the techniques of fascists. They're using the techniques of the Nazis. It's absolutely amazing that they do it. And I was told to say that you're the Nazi and you're the fascist. You're using the techniques. No, I'm not. Polly wants a cracker.
That's racist.
Ah, damn it. Gets goddamn birds. You're listening to the Reaver of Common Sense right here on SHR Media, and we will be right back.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
Breaking news. According to the latest report coming out of SHR Media, a merchandise store to support both the Reaver of Common Sense and SHR Media has just been unleashed to the general public. Be forewarned that this site can be contagious and numerous items can be purchased to support the best news programming. Go to Reaver.one website and click on the store link to check out the merchandise.
You have been listening to Reaver of Common Sense, hosted by my dad, Jersey Joe. Beware, the Jersey Takeover is here. Every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch the Reaver of Common Sense show, hosted by Jersey Joe, right here on shrmedia.com and highplainsdailynews.com. Only Jersey can deliver hell like no one else, so consider this your fair warning.
In a world controlled by corrupt politicians,
You got a business. You didn't build that.
a team of ordinary men emerge from the ashes to give voice to the voiceless and hope to the hopeless. Sackhead Sean,
Dude, I'm not saying cop for the stupid program.
Sackhead Clint,
All good friends of ours usually show up drunk.
also starring Sacco as the producer.
I'm a little bit drunk, I'm a little bit drunk, 'cause I'm drinking, drinking, drinking.
They are the Sackheads Radio Show. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific on shrmedia.com.
Every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can catch the Southside Mutt Show with its hosts, the Jersey Boys, Jersey Joe and Crash, right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio, where we will be digging up the dirt.
Times are dark. The people misled by corrupt politicians, lied to by establishment media, and deceived by the false messages of Islam. A nation in confusion needs a guide. It needs a man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner. Join me on Spreaker, SHR Media, High Plains Talk Radio, Live Rebooting Liberty, and YouTube for a unique brand of commentary on the unpleasant blind guide. Because truth is not always pleasant.
If you miss a show, don't worry. You can catch the replays two ways, rebootingliberty.com or the reaverofcommonsense.com. While you're there on Reaver of Common Sense, don't forget, drop in your email and keep up to date with everything going on, or click the like button on the Facebook widget. Now on to the Reaver of Common Sense.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show. And welcome back to the Reaver of Common Sense. I am your host, Jersey Joe, and I got a special guest, Douchebag Crash. What's up, bro? Roll your window up or something.
Fuck you.
There we go. No, thank you. I don't work in miniatures.
Wife does.
I didn't stop. We weren't talking about wives. Oh, I had a smart-ass comment about your wife earlier. Now I forgot what it was. Yeah.
But for the most part, we try to keep the wives off limits because that can get a lit.
No. It was like the Wicked Witch of the West or something like that. It was actually a cute, funny joke.
Well, the funny thing is, you and I both know which buttons to push on the other one when it comes to wife comments. That really pisses the other one off.
Yes,
we both
I know.
know which ones to push.
Oh,
That's what's hysterical.
Of course, we'll get
that and our kids.
I don't think we've ever really busted on each other's kids. I don't think so.
No, we don't tend to pick on them too much. Although, man, I went after.
I feel sorry for your kids having to deal with you.
I've had my students say, they're like, your wife must be a saint. I was like, why? Because she's got 4 daughters? Like, no, she's got you as a husband.
Oh, I hear that.
I'm like, damn, that's fucked up.
You just failed the class.
I was like, if you wanted to pass? Really? No, what was it? She said, Erin was complaining. She was saying something about the car. You know, I don't think, I think the car needs a tune. I don't remember what it was. It was something silly. Essentially, it was operator error. But as soon as she said it, I turned around. I just came out with, what, you need the bristles redone and the bristles redone on your broom or something?
Oh.
Kelly started fucking laughing. Oh, no, here's the best one. There is the best all-time no filter of the mouth. The all-time best. My one daughter was messing with, I don't know if it was a Kindle or a phone, but, it's got the flip screen. You scroll.
Yeah.
Well, she found out that it didn't only scroll left to right, you could scroll up and down. So she's sitting on the couch, and she just spits out, she's like, oh, this can go down, this goes down, too. And my wife's sitting there working on her computer, and just right out of her mouth, so does your dad. I'm like, what? Hey, her jaw hit the floor. My wife's head pops up, she's like, did I say that out loud?
Was that the outside voice or the inside voice?
Oh,
shit!
Man, I lost it. I had to go outside. I was laughing so freaking hard. I had to go outside.
Oh.
Kid gets all beaten red, goes running from the room. Disgusting.
I love messing with the kid about the sex now. She's she's 13. 13 and a half, right around there. So, I don't go in depth, but I'll make little comments about mommy and daddy doing the bounce, bounce, bounce. Shut up, Dad. I don't want to hear that. Bounce. Oh, she gets all beat red and runs out of the room.
Now, Liv.
Bouncy, bouncy, squeaky, squeaky.
She never got embarrassed by, the mom-dad stuff when, little comments were made. And now that she's dating, it's everything. It embarrasses her. So it's fun now with her because she gets all creeped out. So it makes it entertaining. But the problem is the kid's got a fucking brain on her. So she started losing her voice. She saw her boyfriend this past weekend, and she started losing her voice, Monday evening. And so I've been teasing her. I was like, that's those damn cooties. That's those cooties from kissing boys. And then last night, I told her, I was like, I'm going to take you to the doctor. And have the doctor explain to you about the cooties that you get from tonsil hockey. And she looks at me and goes, oh, that'd be a good conversation, Dad. I don't have tonsils anymore. Fuck! Smart ass. But she had her tonsils taken out 6 years ago. I'm like, fuck.
So you have no goalie blocking your net.
Oh, dude. Oh, now I'm creeped out. That's my kid.
Sorry.
Oh, you ass.
Sorry.
No, that was a good one. Oh, that was good. You don't have a goalie blocking the net. Oh. All right. So what do we want to end the show with? Not ending it on this. Oh. Yeah.
Oh, man. Oh, my stomach hurts.
Comment of the day. That is the comment of the day. Oh, my God. I am
Fudged.
so relaying that. Dude, the show's over. I'm calling my wife, and I'm telling her that one.
I'm still stuck in. Actually, I needed that laugh, but the shit of blocking Trump on every little thing, and the Democrats think it's a good thing. And I want to see Trump right now because he's threatened that he wants the border wall budget, and the Democrats have threatened to shut down the government.
No, it's Trump that's shutting down the government because he wants the border wall. But they're blaming it on him. If the government
I know, but when Obama shut down the government, it was the Republicans' fault. Everything's always everybody else's.
It's always.
But here's the thing. Majority of the people are backing Trump on it. Majority of the people want a border wall. They want it secure. His numbers are actually up. He's over 50% approval rating.
Well, and that's the thing. And I mean, honestly, that's the real irony is the politicians didn't learn anything from this last election.
No, they didn't. They're going deeper.
They are still completely oblivious as to why they lost. I saw a thing. Somebody in the Clinton staff during the election even said that, like, partway through, the general, and her numbers were slipping, and Trump's were climbing, and, it was just back and forth. She's like, I don't get it. I don't understand. Why can't I reach these people? Why do I not have the support of these areas? Why? I mean, because, like, to her, it's just automatic. She should have it. And the reason you're losing support is because you're not thinking or saying anything that interests them. They don't want your rhetoric. They don't want the normal BS crap.
But like you said, the Democrats have not learned, and they've actually gone deeper, as I put it, down the rabbit hole. They're just going deeper. They're not trying to, this is what the America wants. We need to back down. Maybe we were wrong, yada, yada, yada. No, they want to just go deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper. It's amazing. And I don't understand the logic. Maybe there is no logic.
I have no idea on that one. Because it doesn't make any sense to me. I can't comprehend how that works. I mean, how can they even feel that functions in any sense? But you're right, they do it.
It's almost dumbfounding.
Oh, it's definitely dumbfounding.
It makes you speechless.
Definitely
not a good driver. Definitely not a good driver. They're not watching Judge Wapner. Nope, no Judge Wapner. Judge Wapner dead. I mean, they got an election coming up not too far, and they're just... I'm going to laugh. I will laugh if they lose this election big time.
Well, we'll see. I mean, the one thing I know is going to happen is I know that my state's going to switch. I know that New Jersey, we're going to end up with a Democrat back in office. Because essentially, that's what we ended up anyway. Christie, he's a dino. I mean, well, he's a rhino.
Yeah.
In name only.
We're going to wind up with a Democrat down here.
So I know we're going to end up with a Democrat. Now, it's going to be interesting to see what happens with the Senate and the representatives of my state, because we're still fairly strong red on the southern part of the state, but it's wavering. I mean, everybody's so irritated, essentially, with Christie and with the shenanigans and the cover-up crap, that I wouldn't surprise me if New Jersey essentially flipped completely to blue. It really, I mean, it would suck and be sad, but it's not going to surprise me if it happens, because it's not just the Democrats that aren't learning. There's Republicans that just haven't.
Republicans didn't learn either. The only way they got saved with the presidency is Trump is not your typical Republican.
Yeah.
He plays by his own rules.
And that's the thing that, I mean, everybody, you say you're a Trump supporter and everybody jumps on you all about it and stuff, and It's not so much about the Republican ticket. It's not so much about the Republican ideals. It's more the fact that what I absolutely loved about this election was, one, on a broad scale, it showed that the people are tired of the liberal policy crap. They're tired of the nanny state. They're tired of the regulation and the overreaching powers that have been going on for so long.
Yep.
That's the reason why Republicans won 2 out of 3 of the branches of government. Now, with the actual presidential election, the thing that I'm most happy about is Trump getting in, not because of the Republican Party. He could have been a Democrat, and I still would have been happy if he was still an independent outsider that was going to shake up the system.
Yep.
Because to me, that is the most important part of him winning. It has nothing to do with the party side. The most important part is the fact that this is proof positive that the people are tired of the establishment status quo. They are tired of what has been going on. And they want a new direction. They want to change. And so they elected somebody that is so far outside of the system that is shaking the shit out of everything. And you know what? That's a good thing.
Yeah.
Because that's going to make us reevaluate what's what and what is truly important to us. You know, that's what he's going to do, and that's why I'm happy with it. And like I said, it has nothing to do with the party. He's a Democrat, and I still would be supportive for these exact same reasons. I may not be supportive on his ideals as much, but I'd be supportive for the same reasons of it's an outsider that's now running the show for 4 years.
Yep.
That is a very, very powerful message that the U.S. citizenry sent to D.C. That is a very powerful message.
With that, it's the end of the show. If you want to hear more, you can tune in tonight at 8 p.m. for the Southside Mutt Show, hosted by the Jersey Boys, myself, Jersey Joe, and this douche nozzle, Crash.
I might be there. I haven't decided yet.
Yeah. You better be there. But I want to wish everybody a great day. Be safe. Why won't that button push? There you go. See everybody tonight. Have a good day.
Have a good one, everyone.
You've been listening to the Reaver of Common Sense with its host, Jersey Joe. You can tune in every day, Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on hppundit.com and shrmedia.com.